Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking you on my commute back from work. So it's early afternoon and I thought I'd take you through the delightful rush hour traffic in Durham City Centre. To be fair, it's not normally that bad, but it is fantastic weather, perfect riding weather again. It's sort of 25 degrees, a nice gentle breeze. What more can you want for two wheels? I'm saying that before I've seen what's on this corner, which is generally where the traffic starts to back up, but it does look quite clear. But the other reason for doing a commute style motovlog is last weekend I had a long weekend, well, from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I jumped on a plane and went down to Lanzarote with Mrs. Monkeywood, and it was a cracking breakaway, but it meant I didn't have the usual weekend time to try and put together a new video for the channel. And to my surprise, when I come back from a holiday, the channel's now reached 900 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. I started the channel back in mid-Jan, I think it was, and the very first video I did, which is, I've still left it on there for all to see, is just me sat on a little stool in the garage using my phone and I think it was a 15 quid microphone I bought off Amazon. Didn't really know what I was doing, what I was saying, no script, no nothing. Kind of awkward style video, but I didn't imagine what, some 5-6 months later, that I'd be teetering on the edge of 1,000 subscribers. Now in fairness, I'm not even sure why I'm so driven to this special 1,000 number, because in reality, in terms of financial impact, I'll probably never make back the money that I've spent on the cameras and things like that. But I do find recording, or doing these camping videos, all the kind of stuff I've been posting, very enjoyable. So I'm not doing it with the intention of buying a Lamborghini out of the profits of YouTube, because let's face it, I'll probably, if I'm lucky, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, if I do that is, I'll be lucky to probably make 30 quid a month. So if nothing else, it might pay for a couple of weeks fuel on the bike, which is just a nice bonus, because so far feedback's been pretty positive and I've always enjoyed reading all the comments, so that in itself is more than enough reason just to keep going. But another little bit of good news that's potentially coming up is my son is potentially going to put forward for his CBT. Now, we did try about a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago now, and it was his first time on a bike of any sort, any motorbike that is. So he did struggle a little bit with balance, and when he did his CBT, there was a lot of advanced ride, well, not advanced, but a lot of experienced riders doing it at the same time, which I think added to the pressure and frustration a little bit. So he was saying just yesterday that he is planning on doing it again, and he may go down the auto route, which makes perfect sense because it gives you a chance to get used to stop and start on the bike, how the handle, getting your balance in place, your observations, all this kind of stuff, and then you can always go back and do manual at a later date. And I spoke too soon about the traffic. And this is supposedly the shortcut route home. Doesn't seem that way today. Something going down. I'd love to do some father and son content on YouTube. maybe go out shopping, have a look at a couple of scooters, Should be able to gain a few places here. Yeah, the beauty of two wheels. I have found that most people are pretty courteous and they will move to the side when you're trying to filter, but there is still the odd one I come across where they purposely flank straight over to the right as far as they possibly can to make sure you can overtake it. Don't know what the point of that is. It affects them on no level whatsoever. But if you're from further south and you've never been to Durham before, highly recommend it in the summer. You can't really see much from here. But on a nice sunny afternoon you can have, there's plenty of pubs down by the river and it is cracking scenery, and you've got Durham Cathedral in the background. Really nice place. And to be fair, this is probably as busy as it gets through here. This little stretch of road can be a bit treacherous. The way you've got that bus parked on the left there, people overtake it in this lane without having a second thought if there's anybody in it, so you've got to be careful of that. See if I can give you a glimpse of the river here. Yeah, you can see the pubs down there on the left. Joking. Okay, bugger it. We are forecast to have something like 29 degrees this weekend, which is actually hotter than it was in Lanzarote. But I haven't made any specific plans for this weekend. Wouldn't mind a barbecue. Although Mrs. Monkeywood Garage are vegetarian, so there's a bit of a clash of what to cook. Obviously you cannot share the barbecue with meat and non-meat. I do need to invest in some summer biking gear. At the minute I've still got my adventure gear on, but at least I've got all the liners taken out. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got all the little slots open, so I've got plenty of airflow. It's actually pretty decent. Just doesn't help with it being black. One of the other things I wanted to talk about was the project bike video that I put out. That was, I don't know, a couple of months ago now. But I think in hindsight I've done that with a little bit haste. Because one, it's completely the wrong time of year to look at a project bike. I don't want to be stuck in the garage making tweaks and repairs when I should be out on the road. So I may revisit that later in the year. But the reality is, at least at the minute, ideally I want a second touring style bike. And if I was to get a project bike, that would totally knock that idea completely on the head. So we'll see. I'm not ruling that out 100%, but at least for the time being, it's on the back burner. Unless there's a viewer out there who wants to donate a free bike, definitely be up for that. Nah, but all the same, I don't want to be stuck in the garage when it's like this outside. So let's see what position I'm in come sort of middle of October, early November, which is generally when it starts to get around 0 degrees. I'm not bothered about riding in the rain, but I don't like it when there's any chance of ice. It's just not worth it. If I didn't have a car, fair enough. But if you are new to this channel, or you've already watched a few videos and you're not currently a subscriber, I don't want to be one of these people who's begging for subscriptions or this kind of stuff. But if you are a regular viewer, or this is the first video you watched and you quite like the look of it, then subscribing really does help motivate me, and it helps YouTube push out the video and their magical algorithms that we keep hearing about. One thing I've noticed with police bikers, they always nod. It's not something I ever expected. Every single one that I've rode past has always nodded. I think that's a nice little touch from them. I guess taking away their job role, they are bikers at heart, I'd imagine. I can't imagine just taking up biking just to become a police officer on a bike. You never know. And I've done a few miles now since I've had the bumpy road, since I've had the Quickshifter replaced, and touch wood, it's been absolutely spot on since. I have followed a post on the Triumph 765RS Facebook group where there's a few people, ladies, put complaints in about their Quickshifters failing, and one of the owners, or I think it's the actual admin of the group, I might get this wrong, but I think they're called Triumph Race Support. Now, I don't know that much about them yet, but I believe they've got their own website, and I don't know whether they're involved in some sort of track events or track racing. We'll have to look into it. But they offer a Quickshifter, which is plug and play. I think it's about 180 quid as a direct replacement. So basically that's aimed at anybody who, I don't know if it's actually any better or just the equivalent, but they're offering that out to anybody who's maybe out of warranty or just sick of getting the stock one changed. But I'm going to see how I run with this one. I've got another year warranty, but at least it's good to know they've got that backup option. If it is plug and play and 180 quid and it lasts, then hopefully problem solved. As like I said in the review in the last video, it is an absolutely fantastic bike. Oh, this car doesn't want to let us past. But where we are here is approximately halfway home. Got to go through a couple of little more built up areas, and then there's a few stretches that are a bit more fun for the old street here. So I haven't thought ahead of what I've got planned for next week. I think it's going to be very much weather dependent, and I'll have a look, see what shows and events is on. So I know Dave's Days this weekend, but I haven't had any chance to really delve into that. So Chris, if you're watching this video, apologies that I didn't end up making that one in the end, but it looks like it's going to be an absolutely cracking event. Hopefully next year. But in the meantime, I'm going to call it for today, get back, get some tea, and then look forward to the weekend. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers! Just had to overtake that course who wouldn't let us past. Couldn't let that lie, could I? Anyway, now that is the end of the video. Catch you later.